Welcome. This time I'll demonstrate some basics of the Focus Project app. If it's already configured like now, you can just go for the launcher, enter TRE, enough to find it here, and press enter, launch it up. As you see, the app runs in the background. There's a tray icon, and if you left click it, a menu. First, the active card dialog. This represents a select Trello card, the one you're working on, what your attention is concentrated on. The active card is like a local bookmark. This window tries to hide away a smaller part of the screen. The idea is that you don't even have to think about losing the sight of what you were doing if you need to get to Trello for a sec. For example, to take a quick note, this pops up and you do what you need to do, like and go back to work. But now we have an IC dialog in front of us. What are some of the practical things to know about it? To move it, you can just grab it at some unused area with the left button. To maximize it or unmaximize its height, you can just double click it at a similar location. There are some horizontal positions supported. The screen left, the center Ctrl-C, and the right accessible via Ctrl-Alt-R. Its position is memorized by the app, so the dialog will pop at the same place so long as possible, even after restarting the PC. It's of course sizable. It has this good width thing here, which opinions are split but may be a joy to read. The default is or was something like that, and it can be generally returned to with Ctrl-Alt-W. Not only its boundaries but its sections are sizable too. You could even hide away a section, say the attachments grid, which I did, so now I will unhide it, and there it's back again. More interestingly, apart from fine-grained sizing, it's very keyboard accessible. You may have already spotted the shortcuts indicated by the underlines. So Alt-E to takes to the description, Alt-P to the position, and so on. Alt-U will toggle whether there's a due date, additionally. By the way, once there, and on most of today's keyboards, you can just press the menu key and find some handy presets. The menu key or right-clicking may get you some useful info about things generally, but now let's just hit escape and move on. So Alt-C and Alt-A, although not indicated, take to the card name and the attachments grid respectively. You can also make your way around with Tab and Shift-Tab, mostly through the rows of the window. Then there are these small buttons. You can move left and right between them using the arrow keys. If you hover over them with the mouse, you learn more about what they do. Pressing enter in the new checklist field gives you a checklist right away. Tab moves between checklists. To walk the checklists on the final level, you can use the arrow up and down keys. We can create a to-do by entering some text into the new item cell. But there's also a quick to-do dialog to create several of them, perhaps by converting some text to a list of to-dos. So let's just select this bullet point list in the description, press Ctrl-D, unformat them. To select them, use Ctrl-A. To remove the bullet points, we can use Ctrl-Shift-B. Now by pressing enter, they get Ctrl-Enter, they get created. Then there's a few leftover to-dos. We can just press delete to get rid of this one. We can use Shift and the down arrow, for instance, to select the top as a group, top 3 ones as a group, press delete to get rid of them again. And should we want to split the items equally between the two lists, because we just found out that it looks better, we can select the bottom 5 one, press Ctrl X for cut, go to the new item field of the bottom to-do list, press Ctrl V for paste, and voila. Before or meanwhile ticking to-dos, we may have to rethink their order. In the FB app, text, to-dos and cards all support moving an item up or down. The keyboard shortcut for this is Ctrl-Shift up and down. For the card description and to-dos, you can even move an extended selection with these. But inserting items right away at the right spot is also supported for to-dos and cards. Press Ctrl++ to create a new to-do where the selection is. Press Alt++ to create it below the selection. For instance, you can create an item at the first place by pressing Alt++ while on the to-do list header.